A major storm is on a direct path toward Atlantic Canada, and meteorologists are sounding the alarm as it approaches. This is not just another weather event. This system has the potential to bring significant and long-lasting impacts to the region. Unlike your typical fall system, this storm is packing a punch, with a unique combination of factors making it especially concerning for residents and emergency officials alike. Environment Canada is tracking this event closely as it gathers strength over the Atlantic. Meteorologists are monitoring every shift in the storm's path, using advanced radar and satellite technology to predict its next move. The storm is expected to arrive late Saturday, with conditions deteriorating rapidly as it intensifies through Sunday and into Monday. Residents should be prepared for a prolonged period of unsettled weather, as the system is forecast to linger over the region. Unlike fast-moving storms that pass quickly, this one will linger, bringing days of challenging weather. Extended periods of heavy rain and strong winds could make travel dangerous and disrupt daily routines. Slow-moving systems like this can dump large amounts of rain over the same areas, greatly increasing the risk of flooding. Rivers and streams may rise quickly, and low-lying areas could see significant water accumulation. Impacts will vary across the region. Some communities will see heavier rain and stronger winds than others. Coastal areas are especially vulnerable to storm surge and high waves, while inland regions may face flash flooding and downed trees. It's crucial to know your local risks as the weekend approaches. Stay tuned to trusted sources for the latest updates, and make sure you understand the specific threats to your area. This is a complex low-pressure system, drawing in tropical moisture and fueling heavier downpours. The combination of warm, moist air and cooler northern air is creating the perfect recipe for intense rainfall and gusty winds. Our team is monitoring its track and intensity to provide timely warnings. We're working around the clock to analyze new data and keep you informed as the situation evolves. As of Sunday, September 7th, the first bands of rain are moving onshore, signaling the beginning of what could be a multi-day weather event. Winds are expected to pick up and conditions will likely worsen as the storm progresses. This marks the start of a prolonged period of unsettled, potentially hazardous weather. Driving could become treacherous and power outages are possible as trees and power lines are battered by strong gusts. Residents should use this time to finalize preparations, stock up on essential supplies, secure outdoor items, and make sure you have a plan in place in case of emergency. Listen to local authorities and stay updated with Environment Canada forecasts. Regularly check for new alerts and advisories as conditions can change quickly. Being prepared is the best way to keep your family safe. Talk to your loved ones about your emergency plan and make sure everyone knows what to do if the situation worsens. Take this storm seriously. Multi-day events like this can have widespread impacts, from flooding and property damage to extended power outages and disruptions to essential services. Stay alert, stay informed, and act now. Early action can make all the difference in keeping you and your loved ones safe. Your safety is our top priority. We'll continue to provide updates as the situation develops so you can make the best decisions for your family and community. As the storm continues to develop, its path is becoming increasingly clear, allowing meteorologists to pinpoint which regions are most at risk. The latest radar and satellite data show a powerful system tracking directly toward Atlantic Canada, with a wide swath of the region expected to feel its effects. The impacts are expected to be widespread, stretching from the southernmost communities to the northern reaches of the Atlantic provinces. This is not a localized event. Communities across the region should be on alert. Southern New Brunswick, including the cities of St. John, Moncton, and Fredericton, is facing a particularly high risk. With the ground already saturated from previous rainfall, even moderate precipitation could quickly lead to flooding. Residents here should be prepared for rapidly changing conditions, as water levels can rise with little warning. Rivers and streams throughout the region could surge quickly, especially in low-lying and rural areas. Emergency officials are urging people living near waterways to stay vigilant and have a plan in place in case evacuation becomes necessary. Nova Scotia is also directly in the storm's path. The Atlantic coastline and western regions are expected to bear the brunt of the heavy rain and strong winds, with gusts potentially reaching damaging speeds. Power outages and downed trees are possible, especially in exposed coastal areas. Coastal communities may experience large, dangerous waves and significant coastal flooding, particularly during periods of high tide. Residents should avoid shoreline areas and be cautious of rapidly changing water levels. In western Newfoundland, towns like Port aux Basques and Corner Brook are preparing for intense rainfall and potentially damaging winds. The combination of wind and rain could lead to hazardous travel conditions and localized power disruptions. The mountainous terrain in parts of Newfoundland and Atlantic Canada could amplify rainfall totals, increasing the risk of flash flooding and dangerous washouts on roads and highways. Motorists should avoid unnecessary travel during the height of the storm. Many areas are forecast to receive between 75 and 150 millimeters of rain, with some localized spots possibly exceeding 200 millimeters. This much rain in a short period can quickly overwhelm natural and man-made drainage systems. When drainage systems are pushed beyond their limits, streets and basements can flood rapidly, posing risks to property and personal safety. City crews are already preparing, but residents should take steps to protect their homes and belongings. Now is the time to prepare for significant impacts across the region. Gather emergency supplies, secure outdoor items, and stay tuned to local updates as the storm approaches. Taking action now can make all the difference when severe weather strikes. Sunday marks the storm's true arrival in the Maritimes, as the region braces for a day of relentless weather. The atmosphere is tense, with residents watching the skies darken and the wind begin to pick up. Light rain in the morning will steadily intensify by afternoon, quickly turning into heavy downpours. Streets that were dry at sunrise may soon be underwater, and the risk of flash flooding will rise sharply as the hours pass. Travel will become increasingly hazardous as visibility drops and roads flood. Drivers may find themselves navigating through deep water, with headlights barely cutting through the sheets of rain. Winds will strengthen throughout the day, with gusts reaching up to 90 kilometers per h along exposed Nova Scotia coastlines. These powerful winds will whip up waves and batter the shoreline, making coastal areas especially dangerous. With rain-soaked ground and strong winds, the risk of falling trees and power outages increases dramatically. Downed power lines may leave neighborhoods in the dark, and emergency crews could be stretched thin. Severe thunderstorms may develop, bringing not only torrential rain but also damaging wind gusts and frequent lightning. These storms can strike with little warning, adding to the danger. Be prepared for sudden changes in weather intensity. Conditions can shift in minutes, catching even the most prepared off guard. Stay alert and ready to act quickly. Sunday night will be the storm's most dangerous phase, with the heaviest rain and widespread flooding risk. Emergency vehicles may be out in force, responding to calls as water levels rise. Darkness will make hazards even harder to spot. Flooded roads, fallen branches, and debris may be nearly invisible. Avoid travel unless absolutely necessary, and never drive through standing water. Stay indoors and monitor updates from local authorities. Keep your devices charged and have a flashlight ready in case of power outages. This is the most hazardous period for the Maritimes in recent memory, with widespread impacts expected across the region. Your safety depends on caution and preparation. Make sure you have an emergency plan, check your supplies, and look out for your neighbors as the storm passes through. As Monday arrives, the storm continues its slow eastward journey. Rain may ease in New Brunswick and Nova Scotia, but flooding remains a threat on saturated ground. Rivers and streams will likely peak, so flood warnings stay in effect. The storm's focus shifts to eastern Nova Scotia and western Newfoundland, where Monday will be most intense. Western Newfoundland faces torrential rain and winds over 100 kilometers per h, especially in the Wreckhouse region. Power outages and dangerous travel conditions are likely. Even as rain lessens in the Maritimes, strong winds can still cause damage and outages. By Monday night, the storm will begin to pull away, but hazards will linger. Flooded areas and wind damage will take time to address. Remain cautious even after the storm passes. This storm brings a triple threat: heavy rain, strong winds, and possible hail. Prolonged rain on saturated ground will cause rapid runoff, swelling rivers, and overwhelming urban drains. Flooding in streets and basements is a serious risk. Winds up to 100 kilometers per h can snap branches, uproot trees, and damage homes. Power outages may be widespread and long-lasting. Intense thunderstorms could produce hail-damaging vehicles and property. Pay close attention to severe thunderstorm warnings. The combination of rain and wind makes trees more likely to fall, increasing risks to power lines and homes. This is not just one type of weather, it's the interaction of multiple hazards over several days. Prepare for all three threats. Stay alert to changing conditions. Your vigilance can prevent injury and damage. Protecting your home before the storm is essential. Secure or bring inside loose outdoor items, furniture, garbage cans, and decorations. Unplug sensitive electronics to prevent damage from power surges. Move valuables off basement floors to avoid water damage. Clear storm drains and eaves troughs to prevent water backup. Know where your main water shutoff and electrical breaker are located. Quick action can prevent major damage in an emergency. Simple maintenance now can save you costly repairs later. Take these steps before the storm hits. Preparedness protects your home and your peace of mind. An emergency kit is vital for your family's safety. Stock enough water, 4 liters per person per day, for at least 72 hours. Include non-perishable food, a manual can opener, and essential medications. Flashlights and extra batteries are a must. Avoid candles for safety. A battery-powered or crank radio keeps you informed if power and internet fail. Keep a first aid kit and a list of important phone numbers. Pack blankets, sleeping bags, and supplies for infants and pets. Include a portable phone charger or power bank. Entertainment like cards or books can help reduce stress. Prepare your kit before the storm arrives. Review it regularly to ensure everything is up to date. Being ready means you can weather any emergency. Information is your most powerful safety tool during severe weather. Stay updated with Environment Canada's official alerts via website or the WeatherCan app. Local news and radio provide critical updates on road closures, outages, and evacuations. A battery-powered radio is essential if power or internet fails. Follow only official sources on social media to avoid misinformation. Listen to local authorities. If told to evacuate or stay off roads, do so immediately. Your cooperation helps emergency crews respond effectively. Accurate information and quick action save lives. Stay informed, stay safe, and help your community by sharing reliable updates. Preparedness and awareness are your best defenses. This storm demands our full attention and preparation. Take steps now. Secure your property, prepare your kit, and make a plan. Check on neighbors, especially those who may need extra help. Community support makes a difference during and after the storm. After the storm, hazards like downed power lines and flooded roads remain. Stay cautious. Be patient as crews restore power and clear roads. Recovery takes time and teamwork. By acting now and staying informed, we can minimize risks. The storm will pass, and together we'll recover. Stay safe, stay prepared, and look out for one another.